What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are doing 20 altcoin price reviews today, all at the request of you guys, all at the request of the viewers. If you have a request for any coins that you want to see, just leave it in the comment section on YouTube. You can on the Discord, you can leave it in the request section there. I do tend to these requests within a day. All of these requests have been made in the last 24 hours, and that's just how we do it. This is the largest request video that I've ever done so far, and I'm sure it will get bigger. But for now, I want to keep the intro short. I want to get into this. If you'd like to leave a like button, or hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. You can leave requests as you'd like. There are no limits on requests right now. Some people have requested multiple coins, some people just one, some people the same coins even, but I do those requests every single day. I give little shout outs to the people. I say their names as we're going through, and I will eventually put limits on them. We're getting there, guys. But the channel's still small enough, just barely small enough before this gets out of hand. I will have to limit it to like 2 requests per person, then 1 request per person, and then maybe something else after that. Once if it gets out of hand, I'll have to think of something else. But as of right now, still managing it. This is the largest request video that I've ever done, and yeah, I'm gonna go over the list right now. If you'd like to join the Discord, you can join the Discord. I'll leave a link in the description. I will leave timestamps on all these. If you don't see the timestamps available, that's because you've watched the video before I've gone back and edited them into it. I'm gonna have to like flip through it, watch it myself, and edit those timestamps in there. So without any further ado, let's read the list here. So we're talking about Kudos for Joe KC 240, CKB for Risk Taker, ABT XTZ, and Colana COLANA for Silos, Jasmine MPW for Yoniso, WTK for the Unleavened Baptist, and for Henry Chinaski. We're going to be talking about AIOZ and TRAC for Purple 1674, PLI for Henry Chinaski, Glimmer GLMR for Adrian. He wants to know specifically about the bull cycle high, what I projected for that. SHX for Giuseppe Coppola. We're going to talk about Blue Zell, Storage, and Super for J-Boy Smith. Those are 3 that I think are going to be interesting. I mean, they're all going to be interesting, but those are 3 that I personally think are interesting. I don't know too much about Super, but Blue Zell and Storage specifically. Grok, Kata, AGI, and Bonk, all at the request of Chad Shee. And without any further ado, you guys, let's get into this. So here we go. Looking at it now, looking at this chart as it stands, Kudos is looking like it wants to move higher. I know Joe KC, you were asking if my price targets have changed, and genuinely I would say they have. It is possible that this could be some kind of like fake out. It always is. We don't have confirmation yet. The week has to close. We have to see what next week looks like, but from the relative low to the relative high here, except for this high, right? The 618 to 69 would be down here, even from like the low of this accumulation range. I think that's where I probably took my fib from the last time. We got a 0035 to 003 target, right? And on a move like this, I kind of would expect that. At least, at a minimum, I'm sure I said it in multiple of my videos, at least at a minimum the 382, and we didn't hit it. I cannot stress how absolutely uncommon it is to bounce off of your 236 and not see your 382 being hit. It's extraordinarily uncommon, but you have that here. You absolutely do have that here. So yes, this does change things. It's not confirmed that we're moving up just yet, but you could move higher. You have bearish divergence forming, but you absolutely could move higher. You could even double top, and that could send this thing up a whole lot, man. It really could. So taking it from the more immediate fib, you didn't even hit your 382 there. It is a little bit uncommon to do this exact thing, but it is doing this. The weekly RSI does look strong. The daily RSI also looks strong, but you do have bearish divergence in the daily RSI too. Let's see how the rest of this week plays out. Okay, I don't know personally if I would jump the gun on this. This is a breakout as of yesterday, but you don't have a breakout, you don't have the breakout in volume, in my opinion. It's not a breakout move as far as volume goes, and that's a pretty small day to get too excited over. Yes, it is a higher high. Yes, it might even be a little bit unexpected, but this double top kind of formation, this M pattern, very well could still be at play. And that's probably why I was looking more at that 61869, because a 382, I mean, you could hit the 382. The 382 could be, it's the minimum designated target, and you haven't even hit that yet. But with M patterns, generally, if this were to be an M pattern, generally you have a larger leg, and I wouldn't expect that you see a lower low. So coming in line with these lows, that kind of makes sense. So going back on my analysis, yes, things have changed, but we don't have confirmation yet. I would say let's see how this week, the next 4 days and 20 hours, what a perfect set of numbers that is. Let's see how that plays out before we get too excited. But yes, things as of right now, as it stands, things are a bit interesting. Things very well could change, but let's just see how it goes. Daily and the 4-hour have bearish divergence. It does look bullish from a price action standpoint, but from a volume standpoint and from a technical, like from the indicator standpoint, I'm not too convinced. So let's just wait it out and see. I'm not putting my money in this thing. You know, maybe you are feeling the FOMO right now. If you'd like to buy, you know, none of this is financial advice, you can buy here, but you are buying at relative highs we haven't seen in a very long time. And I would like to see more. Personally, my style is if I was looking to buy down here and I missed my opportunity and it went up, I would let it go up without me, wait for it to have some kind of pullback, and then buy there, even if it means buying at higher prices, because I don't like to chase. My style is to buy on a pullback, so that's definitely not here. And also another option, if something gets away from you, there are a million fish in the sea. There are a bunch of other projects to look at as well. If you're attached to this one, you know, maybe it never hurts to DCA, no matter what the price is, whether it's at a high, whether it's at a low, it never hurts to DCA, but I would be patient, personally. I would like to see how this week closes before getting too excited on this, because again, it's very uncommon to pull back to your 236, and I've already gone over 2 minutes with this one. This is going to be a hell of a video, guys, so that's kudos. Let's talk about CKB now. CKB on tethers. What a move. Nice. Love to see it, man. 86% this week. Hell yeah. Overbought as hell. I don't know. What were you saying? CKB, you said it was looking good last week. Okay, I don't remember what I said. I talk about all these coins, guys, all the time. It's hard to keep up, but I'm glad I said it was looking good, because yeah, it's definitely doing good things. I probably, if you know, without even looking at my video, I would probably assume that I was thinking it would consolidate for longer. I was definitely calling for it to break out, but probably not immediately. But nonetheless, hey, definitely moving up, definitely looking good. That is a breakout. That's a breakout candle with breakout volume. That's what you want to see, man. 4 days, 20 hours left in your week. It's the beginning of the week, and this is your largest volume you've ever seen on Binance. Yeah, that's a breakout. This is exciting stuff. You're probably going to do phenomenal, like, over the coming weeks. You're at least going up to about 1.2 cents. Here you are at 0.0088 cents. You're probably at least going there, if not to the 0.69 area, right, somewhere in the white zone here. That would give you a minimum from the current price as of making this video, a minimum of a 35 to a 64% increase. I very much believe that's almost a guarantee. And if not higher prices. You broke out of this accumulation range. You just broke out of it this week. It's not stopping right now. That's my genuine opinion. If it were to stop, something that is common to do after a breakout is pull back to the resistance zone, pull back to your 382 even on a fib scale. That's also common, but let alone that's your resistance zone. Prove it as support and then continue higher. Something like that could happen before you see the 618 or 69, but you might just go up there first and then pull back there. Maybe you don't even pull back there. Just because it's common doesn't mean it has to happen. Let's look at the daily real quick. Daily looks hot too, man. I would have a hard time buying here because you're in your like 90 zone on the RSI, and you very well could see a little bit of a pullback. But man, you got an accumulation range breakout. This is powerful. And if it pulls back, look at that, man. There's a lot of confluence with support down here. You've got your 382, you've got your previous area of resistance, and you also have the 123 moving average coming all in like basically the same area. Beautiful. Beautiful, yeah. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if you pulled back to the 006 area at some point. At least, you know, around that 007 to 006 area at some point. You could go higher first. You might go lower first. It's hard to say. The daily RSI is too bullish. The 4-hour RSI is very bullish. It's really hard to say. That's some very solid volume. So as of right now, regardless of if it pulls back or not, you've got higher to go. So if you feel like you want to invest in this one, again, none of this is financial advice, but if you bought here and it were to go down, buy more. That's kind of the idea. I wouldn't throw all my chips in this at right now. You are at a previous area of support here, which could be current resistance, right? Send you back to previous areas of resistance to prove as support, and then you move up. But with this kind of volume, with this kind of move, all this pent-up bullish aggression, you might just send it, man. And where are you going to go, again, ultimately, from this relative high to this low, the 61869 is just a stopping point. I very much do believe with this kind of move, you're probably going to see new all-time highs. This is the USDT pair on Binance. It's the highest traded volume chart in all of crypto for any crypto. You've got the most volume you've ever seen. By far, right? It's the beginning of the week, dude. We have about 5 days left. This is insane. You're going to go up to 7 cents to 20 cents probably. That's like almost a guarantee. It's not almost a guarantee. I shouldn't say that. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let's see how you react with this zone before we start looking at this. But I have a very good feeling you're going up to that white box up there. So that's CKB. Let's move on to ABT. I'm definitely not doing this thing in under 40 minutes, man. It's going to take some time, y'all. All right, so let's see. ABT, isn't there one with more CELOS? No, maybe on, yeah, oh, right, that's right, Gate.io. Yeah, because it had this huge accumulation phase, man, and it broke out. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, man. Nice volume. Let's look at the Coinbase chart real quick. Yeah, that's intense volume, man. I want to reference it real quick. Hold on. So this volume here, it's a little bit less than this volume. That's okay. That is 80.31 million. 80.31 million. Not even close. 16.5 million here. So absolutely, there's a lot of volume coming into this, right? Most volume we've seen, except for the opening weeks in Coinbase over here. Just want to take this high to this low. You're at your deep extension. Broke through. You shattered that 1618 with decent volume. Yeah, you're near that 2272. Very hot, dude. What were you at here? 98.1 on your RSI. You're gonna cool off, okay? I have a feeling this thing is not done growing. All in all, like that's not going to be your all-time high, but at least you're going to pull back to that 50 cent, 40 cent area, probably. You could very well pull all the way back down to 22 to 17 cents. You're at $1.08 right now. Could you go up a little bit more from here? Sure, you could. You absolutely could. But on a daily perspective, you were overbought. Now you're not. You're actually kind of even, yeah, I mean, you're still in the bullish area of control. Things are looking good. This is a bullish pattern technically. You have your move up. You're forming a pennant. If you break out to the upside, right, a breakout would really only mean going up to like $1.15. If you can close a day above $1.15, you're likely going to make the next move up, and a measure move from here at a minimum. I feel like this is a pretty conservative measure move. That would take you up to near $5, man. So that could happen. That could happen. What's even at $5? Let's see. This high to this low here. I mean, right there, 2886 deep extensions, man. Real deep extensions. I don't know though. It's not in me to buy here. Even if let's pretend it goes all the way up to $5 from here, okay? And we see some kind of regular, very normal retracement, okay? $5, right there. That would still put you at a 382. That's still below the current prices. So, in my opinion, you know, aside from the potential short term to the upside, which I'm not convinced of, it is a possibility. That's why I'm laying it on the table. But I'm more convinced that we see some downside first. I would just be patient with this thing. Very nice volume, very nice move, but you almost hit 100 on your weekly RSI, dude. I wouldn't buy here. I personally wouldn't buy here. I would wait. I would wait until you get some kind of a standard retracement back. Again, that could be anywhere from 50 to 40 cents, even down to like 20 cents, all the way, and you're at $1 now. So we're talking about a greater than 50% pullback. I would wait. Be patient. It is a bullish pattern technically. Technically, a pennant is a neutral pattern, but in a bullish trend like this, it is a bullish pattern. But let's just see how it breaks. You know, I gave you the bullish. If you can close a day above $1.15, you're probably moving up. If you close a day, really, I mean, it's getting to the end of this pattern, so it's going to probably happen soon. Unless it's not a pennant, unless it's a flag, you could continue down. But really, I would say if you close below like $1.04, if you close a day below $1.04, it's on to the downside. At least 50 to 40 cent area. That's what I'm thinking, and probably just a little bit below 50 cents. That's ABT. XTZ now. XTZ Tezos. This one I know is looking good, right? Not like that one, not like ABT, but it definitely looks like it's in this kind of like channel upwards. This is probably a really easy one to trade, right? You buy when it's around this line, you sell when it's around this line or above it, right? And And if you want to tighten that line up even maybe like something like that, like you could really trade this pretty well. I think it's going to be in this range for a while. You're in your own kind of accumulation phase itself. You're not going to break this. You're not going to like do moves like what ABT did or what CKB did until you get probably closer to this $1.30 area, right? And generally speaking, I would expect that you consolidate a little bit and then you break up, right? So just because you get up here doesn't mean it's on. But with that being said, a week closing above $1.24.6, about $1.25. If you can get a week to close above $1.25, it's on to the upside. I'm not even talking about the downside because I do not think you're going to take out these higher lows, right? If you were to go below this low, you're not going below that low. So like from here, you're at $1.03. I mean, I guess 86 cents technically is still on the table, but I'm not convinced, man. I'm pretty convinced you won't even go below 95 cents from here. But it could happen. It could happen. But from here, we're talking about a move all the way up to $1.88, $2.55, and potentially higher. Tezos is an OG, kind of, right? It's been around for a little while. Yeah, it's an OG coin. 2017, I think that's an OG. This might be a bullish bat pattern, man. Dude, that might be. I forget. Let's look it up real quick. I don't know if you guys know about harmonics. I know I've mentioned them here and there. Not alt bat, just bullish bat pattern. Right here. This is a bullish bat on the left, yeah. It's an 886. Okay, I thought it was, but this one's a 786, not an 886. Huh. Let's see. What about this part here? Hold on. Bottom to top. You saw a 1618 to a 1886. You're probably at your like 1786. Which does fit the C to D, but it doesn't fit that. I wonder. Let's look at bullish alt bat. I don't know about a bullish alt bat, but I know that there are some different ones. Oh, let's see. No, that's deeper. I think that's what a deep bat is. It's like the same thing. It really does look like a bat pattern, but it's just not quite deep enough. I don't know. You know, that was just one thing. I'm spending too much time on this, but let's just see. Maybe there's other things. Let's see. Tips for the harmonic. Yeah, we'll do Forex training group. Let's go. This is what I do. People are like, how do you research this stuff? Man, you click on a bunch of different articles, you consolidate the information. If they all agree, okay, well, you can't really argue that. If they differ, that means that maybe there's some what's that word I'm looking for? Wiggle room. There's some wiggle room, right? Should retrace 88%. Okay. Doesn't look like to me that there's any wiggle room. Yeah, 886. So I would think, oh, and I just got it before I had to sign up for the letter. That's cool. So I don't know if that's a bullish bat pattern, but man, it really does look like it. I do all in all. I just got caught up in that. I'm sorry. I do think that this is an accumulation phase, and I think that you are ready to break out once you close above about $1. What was it? $1.25, like $1.25. You close a week above $1.25, and it's on, man. It's on. Probably to your all-time highs, if not new all-time highs. Like, it looks really good. But all in all, probably wig-wagging up and down in this channel until you get there. That's my genuine opinion. So that's XTZ. Real quick, let me look at the daily. Yeah, the daily looks good. Weekly looks good. Daily looks good. I'm not worried about it. If it goes lower, it's not going to be by much lower. Yeah, I think it looks fine. Yes, indeed. Okay, that's XTZ. Let's talk about Solana. By the way, this is the 5th coin so far. Oh, right, we got to do this. So I've got 15 more. We haven't even done this one yet. I got 16 more. Solana. Since I've got 16 more, I'm going to do something I don't normally do, which is I'm going to go get a drink, and I'll be right back. Oh, yep. Oh. Luckily, the drink wasn't too far away. Oh, yeah. Okay. Is this the right thing? I know it is a new chart, but I just want to be sure. volume checks out. That's the one. Okay. So very new chart. Looking like it's in an uptrend. So new, man. This is the daily. It's hard to say. I want to say that my last video I was bullish on it, but I don't remember where I said it would go down. Let's just do a quick little fib here. I probably would have said somewhere in this area. I would think 618 to the 69 is a very common area that I talk about on this channel. Yeah, that it like literally hit like one of the most common areas that I talk about actually. So I would be surprised if I said anything else. Maybe if I took it from this low, maybe, and in which case it still hit the 618. So here you are at your 236 on this scale. Here you are on your 236 on this scale. I mean, you're looking like you want to move up, man. And to be fair, you also have higher lows, trending up, volumes building as you're moving up. It's not as big as this, but you are moving, relatively speaking, volumes building as you're moving up. So top to bottom, hit the 618, 69 area. You closed above it. You're still above it now. Let's see, man. If you move up, you're going to move up to about 5 to 9 cents, somewhere in that area. You're at 1.7 cents now, 1.8 cents. So that's some solid gains. And it looks like it likes to happen in a quick amount of time. So, yeah, if you're looking for a pullback, it's not going to be by much. You're at 1.8 cents now. Maybe it goes back to like just below 1.6 cents. I don't know. It kind of almost looks parabolic, or like this looks good, man. It looks pretty damn good. So that's Kalana. I would say it wants to go up 5 cents or higher. That's my genuine opinion. Let's see, jazz my hands, man. Jazz hands. Coinbase on the weekly. Yeah, that works. Okay. So down a lot. It dumped its whole base, man. It just dumped it. And then formed a nice range of accumulation, right? You are kind of here. This is what I like to see, right? Like here, you tipped it and you went down pretty significantly. Here you tipped it, you went down even more significantly. Here you tipped it, and you've kind of, I guess actually to be fair, it's kind of what you did here. So that is kind of significant, but you are still consolidating. Man, I don't know. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like, this actually does look very much like this. I would think that you're getting ready to move up. You're getting ready to break out of this as well, just like most cryptos, right? If this were to break down, it would be one of the few that does that. You know, a lot of cryptos right now, whether they're solid projects or not, as long as they're not total scams, they're probably going to do well. They're probably going to move up. It's that time in the cycle where things are getting ready, right? And it might, when I say that, I don't mean it's going to happen this week or next week or even next month. It could take several months still. You know, on a weekly scale, if we were to consolidate around this area until May or June, that could happen. That really could happen. But I do think it looks good. I doubt you go below these lows on a weekly basis. I like the RSI forming a low, a double bottom at that at the 50. The daily RSI is looking very productive, very strong. You're looking like you want to make a move right now, man. Yeah, I think you do. I think you. Oof. Man. You might jazz me. You might be getting ready to break toward like 0.85 cents to 1 cent area. And if you go there, you're not stopping, man. If you get a week to close above here, above 0.00732, if you get a week to close above that, likely you will see deep extensions, in my opinion. Looks good. And you look like you're getting ready to do it now. Maybe it happens this week. Maybe it happens 3 weeks, 4 weeks from now, but I actually think it's going to happen sooner than later. Potentially by the end of March. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Good job, Jasmy. I know it's Jasmy, or I believe it's Jasmy. I think that's what everyone calls it. MPW. Not on there. Let's talk about it here. Man, CeeLo's hitting us with the low caps, man. To be fair, he's been talking about ABT, that one that looked like pumped hard, man. He's been talking about that for a while. MPW. Oh no, it's not CeeLo's. This is Yoniso. I'm sorry, Yoniso, not CeeLo's. MPW Yoniso. I don't know, man. I don't see it. and unfortunately, I don't have the time to go through all the comments and try and find it. So I'm pretty sure you said MPW. Oh wait, I do, because it's on the Discord. See, this is what's nice about the Discord, man. I can just do this. MPW. Yeah. It's probably too small, man. It's probably too small to talk about. It doesn't have any chart history. So unfortunately, we are not talking about MPW. I'm sorry. I have no opinion on it. It's probably a very low cap. I wouldn't put a lot of money into it, you know, but what do I know? WTK is the next one. I know that the Unleavened Baptist and Henry are both a little bit worried because we had a little bit of a dumpola, right? Didn't we? Dumped a little bit. 11%, man. I said dumpola. I feel I got to give a shout out to Eric Crown from Crown's Crypto. If you guys don't know, I totally, that's just like imprinted in my head. He says a little dumpola, a little, I don't know what he says for pumps, but that just came out of my mind. That's not original from me. That's from him. But I watch his videos all the time, man. If you guys don't know Eric Crown, you should check him out. He's at least in my opinion, he's a pretty well respected TA in the crypto space. Anybody who does technical analysis knows that guy's name. He has a big channel like compared to mine, but he doesn't have the biggest channel in crypto, and I don't know why, man. He's like, I think he's good. I think he's pretty good. You guys should check him out. Eric Crown Crypto. But enough shilling other people's YouTube channels who are bigger than me. Let's get on to this. No, he's a good guy, man. I very much respect his opinion and his mind. He can be wrong. He is far from having a perfect track record, but he's pretty damn good, man. And he comes from like a traditional background as far as technical analysis goes. I definitely I respect his TA a lot. Let's see. So I have this line drawn on here. If we look at this on a weekly, you know, we're still kind of in this uptrend. Yeah, I know my last video I made talking about this, I was saying that I think that's the low, and yes, we did go a little bit lower, but you know, we dumped even today a lot, but we're having a kind of positive reaction today, right? We dumped a lot, and now we're up already, like not up, but pretty big wick to the downside. That 4 hour has the most wick, or oh no, it's not. Sorry, it has the most volume coming down right there. Still a lot of volume on this one too, though. A little bit of bullish divergence down there. You are oversold, looking like you could come up. You could go lower, but in my opinion, I'm not too concerned until you break this line, and you haven't done that yet. Kind of like with Kudos, I would say let's see how this week ends. Let's see how it closes. Where Kudos kind of looks bullish, this to me doesn't even look bearish. It looks like this, in my opinion, this would be a prime area to buy. Like right now, this is a gift, this dump. It's nothing to be worried about, in my opinion. I can be wrong. It could absolutely go down from here. It is possible. But if we look at the RSI, let's just see real quick. I mean, you're in an area where you've bounced before. Yes, you know, you've got this little low and then you went below it, sure. But, I mean, I don't know. To me, it doesn't look too bad. I get where the worry comes from. I understand. But at the same time, if this week has some kind of bullish reversal, I mean, all you did was tip your 618 area. You didn't break it. You haven't closed below it. In my opinion, there's nothing to be concerned about until you close below the 618, and even then, it's not necessarily concerning. I mean, for this, it would be in this case because you'd be closing below this line, and that would be a little bit concerning. You haven't done that on any of these, but look, you wicked below them here. You know, that's okay, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. And then the reason I have that line drawn like that is because if I have this weekly drawn to like this here to this low, I mean, that's a little bit further away. Maybe that's not what I was thinking. Maybe it was this one. You already broke through this line. You know what I mean? But you broke through it here and held it and went up. You broke through it here. I don't really like that. To me, it doesn't fit as well. This line's pretty clean. I feel like it is pretty clean. So you're still holding it. I understand where the worry comes from, but I wouldn't be too worried, honestly. Let's just see how the day closes. Let's see how the week closes. This could be what they call a shakeout, right? It really could be a shakeout. So I still do have hopes for this thing that it'll move up from here. You know, I know I was calling for that either here or here. I forget where my last video was, but had a little shakeout. Probably going to move up to the upside. I'm standing by that until proven otherwise, and that proof will come with a close, not on a daily scale. If the day closes below here, look, we had some days close below there. If we have a week close below this line, then my opinion will change. So let's wait and see how the week. I have a feeling that the week will finish bullish for WTK. That's all I got to say. So I can be wrong, Don't let my words soothe you that much. I can be wrong, man. I've been wrong before, man. Oh man, I had a couple guys giving me crap in the comments, and that's okay, man. You know, if I'm wrong, I get crap from these guys. If I'm right, they're nowhere to be found. So I had one guy ask me, "Are you ever right?" Like he's like, honest question, like just really being a smartass. It wasn't an honest question at all. He's like, "Are you ever right?" And I'm like, "No, never right. Not even once. I'm 100% wrong 100% of the time. You want to be a smartass? I'll give you a smartass remark." You know, there's another guy that was being more of a. Anyways, enough about them. Enough about those sweethearts. Let's talk about the charts, the sweet charts. No more sweet farts. I know tomorrow's Valentine's Day. You guys better have your sweet tarts. And with that, let's get into it. Looking like we've got a pennant pattern here. Nice little pennant pattern. AIOZ. I forget what my last TA probably was on this. I probably, if I did TA on this one, I don't know if I did, but if I did, I was probably bearish. I probably would have guessed that you come down here. With the fact that this is a pennant pattern, you don't need to go to your 382 or your 618. It's common to pull back to your 382, but this could be a continuation pattern, in which case you do actually move up higher. You would need a break to confirm that, and really a breakout would be like a little bit higher. If you can get this week to close like above 15.6 cents, that would be all the confirmation, in my opinion, that you would need to see this thing move higher. The daily looks all right. It's kind of hard to discern. I do like the kind of like flat top that you've got here with like these notable like bouncing lows coming up. You didn't even hit your 236, which is weird, but again, it can be weird in this kind of formation. I kind of like it. If I was bearish on it before, and if I did TA on this over the last like month, I probably was bearish on it. But with how things are looking right now across the crypto space, I just can't be bearish on this kind of stuff anymore. Sure, it could go down. Sure, if I made a video on this, I probably would have measured from this low to this high and would have said this 382 to this 618 area. That probably would have been where I would have assumed it would go. But that's, in my opinion, looking at this, if I did do TA on this before, that's out the network. And I feel like I did. I feel like this 666, that sounds familiar. And just because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I've seen this one before, but maybe not. I don't know. The weekly RSI does look kind of bullish. If you get overbought, that'd be really nice to see. Absolutely, you can move up just a little bit higher. And I mean, maybe it's a little bit higher, maybe it's a lot higher. Technically, from this high to this low, you would have a move that would take you anywhere from 25 cents to 31 cents, but that's so small, man. I mean, deeper extensions are possible, and with the measure move in mind, I mean, we're talking about, let's see, like if that's the way, I think that is the way to measure it. If this measure move is a thing, man, we're talking about like all the way up to $2.60. Here you are at 14 cents right now, so who knows where this thing's going. But if it breaks out, again, the breakout point was like what? It's like 15.6 cents, 65 cents, something like that. If you can close the week above there, or really even get price above there, I think it is on to the upside, probably, very probably. So looks good from a weekly perspective. The daily looks good, better than it does look bad. It's kind of neutral all in all. The 4-hour does look good, so I would assume if you were to break out, it would be to the upside. That's AIOZ. On the bright side, because I do think I've done TA on this, it's at 14.75 cents. I mean, like the lowest it's been in this range was at 11 cents. It's not too much higher from there, and I probably didn't catch it right at the low. So wherever I made my TA, if it was lower, or if I was calling for it to go lower, which I'm sure I was, it's not too late to change your mind, right? This thing hasn't gotten away from you before reconciling, recognizing that I do think it is going to move up. None of this is financial advice. Do what you want with it, but it does look good. It does look good, I have to say. So that's AIOZ, TRAC, track. Origin Trail, yeah, man. I remember this one. It's older than this, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's older than that. Isn't it? Let me see. I thought it was. TRAC. Maybe the project is older, but the coin didn't get listed until then. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Yeah, I thought so. I thought it existed at least since 2018. So for some reason we don't have historical references, do we? Somewhere we have to. We don't have to. Whatever. We'll just we'll do it on Coinbase. So looking at this here from the relative low to this relative high to this low, you hit your 1414 on the dot, pulled back, hit that 786 on the dot, and now you're back above your 1272. I think you're going to $1. I think you're earmarked for $1, if not higher. You very well could go to $1.33, even all the way up to $2, even higher than that, even all the way up to like $2.90 before this next move is said and done. The weekly RSI does look nice. You do have bearish divergence showing itself. Why does it keep doing that? It does that whenever you click on the right, but I know I'm clicking on the left, like I'm watching like I'm clicking on the left side. Anyways, I don't know why I was about to draw fib. You could continue to move up from here, even though you have bearish divergence showing itself now. The price could move up. You could still have that bearish divergence when it's all said and done, but price could be like a whole 50%, 60% higher from here. Or even make a move that's over 100% higher but pull back and close to where that divergence is still forming. You won't have this divergence be confirmed until you get at least one red week. So until then, you can just keep building, man. And just because you get one red week doesn't mean it's over. But I do like this fib structure. I do like the price structure. I'm not a big fan of the volume, but volume can come in. It's still the beginning of the week, right? On a daily basis, yeah, still it's definitely not a big fan of that volume, but the RSI does look nice. It looks pretty good, gotta say. So I think it wants to move up at least to $1, if not potentially all the way up to $2, man. If not potentially even higher than that. But that's track. It's looking good. Could it move down from here? Sure, but probably not by much. I think you're holding this ascending trend line. I think you want to move up, yeah. PLI. Plug in. This is another one of those BitTrue tokens. Not that, I mean, I don't know what BitTrue's affiliation is with it, but it's like, what I mean is it's only available on BitTrue, like WTK, to my knowledge, at least as far as TradingView shows. Hey, you've been around for 123 weeks. Good job. You got your little green line up here. We got the beginning of the 123 moving average. Nice to see. In which case that might be a decent target. And hey, look at that. It's at your areas of resistance in this kind of area of accumulation. You probably do make your way up there. You probably do. You're above the 50 right now. You're breaking out of this 618 zone after finding support in it. Double bottom, kind of forming a W shape. I would think you're at least going to go at least to 6.2 cents, if not all the way up to 8.66 cents. Potentially up to like 12 to 13 cents, if not higher. But I do bet you go somewhere in between, let's call it 11 and a half to like 14 and a half cents, somewhere around there. You might consolidate for a little bit more, right? Wig wag and then break out, something like that. That's my expectation. Daily looks good. Weekly looks fine. I think you want to move up from here. Can you move down? Absolutely you can. You're at 4.1 cents now. Could you move back down to 3.6 cents? That's a pretty significant drop considering where you're at, right? That's like a 12% drop, right? That's enough if you bought it here and you're so certain it's going to go up. You might see your portfolio's down. Well, not your portfolio, but your holdings of this is down 12%. It could happen really fast. You might be like, what the hell? C-Zar said it was going up. Yeah, and it could go lower than that. It could drop 20% and then move higher. Even at a 20% loss, it's still a higher low, relatively speaking. But I do think it's going higher. So don't be caught up with the intermediate stuff. I know I was saying it could go down there, but watch it just continue to build without even checking itself. So who really knows? But all I can say is I do believe it's going up from here. Likely it will go at least to 6.2 cents, but probably up to that like 11.5 to 14.5 cent area is what I'm thinking. That's PLI. Let's talk about Glimmer, Moon River or Moonbeam, whatever. Oh, let's see. Top to bottom here. Holding support on that 618. Nice. Let's see what you're doing, relatively speaking. Not really anything. That's okay. Bounced off the 50 on the daily. Your daily RSI is looking productive. Definitely looking productive. I feel like probably my last video on this probably was bearish because the RSI did look bearish, but you had descending highs with a flat base. But hey, you broke that bearish structure now, man. It's looking good. Probably wants to move up from here. Top to bottom. 382 to the 61869 area. At least to 43 cents, if not to 53 cents, somewhere around there. You absolutely could be in the midst of a move that will take you up to like 81 cents to $1, somewhere around there. Probably doesn't happen fast though. You're probably going to work your way up there, is my thoughts. Yeah, I think you look fine. Could you pull back from here a little bit? Sure, absolutely you could. You know, you could move. I doubt you go below that low though. I doubt you go below 36 cents, but you could go to like 38 cents, something like that. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just keep going up. But I like that bounce off the 50. I like the positive reaction, the follow through. Bullish engulfing candle closing above these highs. It looks good. I think you want to move up from here. You closed above your 236, at least above the 382, at least above 43 cents is where I think you're going. That's about another 10%, a little bit less than 10% from here. I'm pretty confident you'll see that 61869 area, and at which case, being that you're in this kind of trend, like moving up like this, I think assuming that you could see the 1272 to the 1618 is a safe assumption. It absolutely could happen. So let's just see how let's see how it goes. Oh, is there something else to this one? You said bull cycle high, didn't you? Yeah. I don't know which chart's the best to use. Maybe the Binance one. If that is the all-time high, we'll use it. I mean, potentially, you're at 40 cents now. Potentially, $86 to $477 is on the table. Let's look at this on CoinMarketCap. See if those numbers check out. GLMR. Because just because it says those numbers doesn't mean it checks out. 338 million. Let's do Google Calculator. 338. Oh no, come on, man. Just deleted it. Yeah, we'll just do 338 times. That is a 200 and almost a 209x, 208.8x. That would give you a $70 billion market cap, right? Because we're talking, that's 338 million. So whenever you're talking about thousands here, that's now billions. The hundreds are the millions, the thousands are the billions. If that math doesn't make sense to you, just trust me, I know what I'm doing. The market cap, if we were to multiply it by 208.8, we'd have a $70 billion market cap. So no, I don't think that's possible. I very much doubt that that's going to happen with this thing. I shouldn't say possible. It's possible. Definitely not the 1618. What I would expect, especially because if we look at this, I remember this thing, man. You go to price, we go to max, we type in log. Look at how bearish the chart is. Now we go to market cap. Look at how it's still bearish, but just look at how like this is more of like a flat valley, where with price it's just steep down the whole time. You didn't find your low, like your actual low, until September 22nd, 2023. I guess, okay, you found it here too, to be completely fair. It just doesn't look the same to me. Yeah, that's what it is. You have a lower high here. You have a lower high, but on your market cap you have a higher high already. That's what it is. And whenever you see that kind of stuff, that's because more coins are being pumped into the circulation. You have an infinite supply. It's going to be harder for the market cap. Look at this. Like, for example, your all-time high in market cap valuation was back here on April 3rd at $1 billion. April 3rd, $1 billion. Okay. You're at 338 million right now. So $1 billion, let's do a 3x. That's 200% growth. That would put you right here at about $1.25, probably about $1.25, to see your all-time high in market cap, which was April 3rd, which wasn't even like really the beginning, right? You were already pretty down. That's at $5.35. $5.53. $5 at the closing price would be $5.24. And we're talking about to see that same market cap. That was your all-time high back here, which isn't even your all-time high in price. That's at like $1.41, $1.30. Like, dude, I don't think you're going to see new all-time highs. I do not think that Glimmer Moonbeam is going to see new all-time highs this cycle. They have an infinite supply unless they burn a lot of tokens, which I doubt they will because it looks like they like to pump them. I would look more for this 618 to 69 to be possible. Can the market cap see new all-time highs? Absolutely. I would expect it. Will the price see new all-time highs? No. Definitely, in my opinion, definitely not. So, yeah, that's my opinions on this thing. It could do an 8x to a 12x. Maybe it does a 32x, something like that, which is still nice, but I don't know. I don't generally like coins like this. As far as end of cycle goes, I would assume no new all-time highs. Prices will be below $13. Likely they will be above about $3.50. $3.50 to $13. It's hard to say. It's hard to say where it's going to end up, but that's the range we have. So that's Glimmer, SHX for Giuseppe, Stronghold, Tether. Yeah, let's do that on Gate.io. Do we have it? Can we do it on this one? This one has more volume. Uniswap versus SushiSwap. We're going to use SushiSwap apparently. So looking at this here on a log, not on auto. Let's put it on a weekly. Looking good, aren't you? Looking good. Not impressed. Not impressed. Looks like it just looks weird, man. 1414 hit, man. Above your 382. Okay, a little bit more impressed. A little bit more impressed. Top to bottom. Above that 61869. Yeah, you probably want to go higher. Volume's dying off as you're moving up. That's not ideal. Let's look at the daily. Okay, daily looks better though. The week is still new, right? Volume's dying off, but really it might not. 4 days. We have about 5 days left, so maybe not. I might have spoke too soon there. Yeah, I think based off the fibs, this is a very new chart. Do not hold me to this. Yes, it's been around since 2022. It's a very, very new chart. But it looks like it wants to move up to 14 cents, maybe even all the way up to 65 cents. Maybe. Somewhere around there. Here you are at 1.3 cents now. Probably wants to move up. Probably does. Yeah, that's my genuine opinion. So, is it a good time to buy? I mean, I doubt that it sees too much of a major correction on its path to glory and riches, but it could. You're up a lot in like a week or two, right? This week alone, you're already up 43%. Last week, you were up 137%. Is it a good time to buy here? Probably not. Probably not. But I do assume it goes up to these prices in a very short amount of time. So whatever pullback it sees, if you buy here, if you can endure it, it'll probably reward you handsomely. Assuming this isn't a total scam piece of crap that won't just rug on you again like this. Like that, you want to know what a rug pull is, you guys. That's it. I don't know what happened to this thing during this time, but that looks like a critical failure right there. Who knows when that's going to happen again. I wouldn't put my money in this personally, but I don't know enough about it. Maybe it's legitimate. I just do charts. I don't know enough about it. That's on you as an investor, as a trader, to do that research yourself, in my genuine opinion. It's on Gate.io, no offense, and it's on Bittrex, but Bittrex, first off, shut down. Gate.io, from what I've heard, no hate to Gate.io. I haven't heard good things, though. And if you guys are a legitimate exchange, you need to do better with letting people get their money off the exchanges. That's all I'm going to say. Not throwing any hate, but I have people personally. I have talked to people, not just in my life that I know personally who've used your exchange and have had troubles getting money off of it. They can put money on there, they can trade it, everything's good, but when it comes time to pulling money out, they just can't seem to do it. Inevitably, one of them did, but I've talked to people on Discord too who say the same thing. So, you know, I didn't mean to do that. I don't like to throw certain things under the bus, but at the same time, maybe they got their stuff together. But any exchange, I don't care if there was just like it was a mishap, whatever. If I used an exchange and I had troubles getting my funds off, unless it was like routine maintenance and it took less than 24 hours, okay, I get it. Like that still sucks. It's annoying, but all exchanges do that. But this was months. My buddy that did end up getting his money off, this was months, maybe even over a year that it took him to do that. He accepted that money is gone. You know what I mean? Months, a year. What if you want to sell at the top and get your money out? You know, like, and put it into something else. Like, it just, what if you need that money so that you can survive? Like, maybe they got their stuff together. I don't know, but I haven't heard good things. That's all I'm trying to say. That's Gate. that's SHX. I would stay away from SHX, man. And all I was saying about Gate.io is if it's on Gate.io, I might even trust it less. Talking about Blue Zell. All right, man. This is probably my most favorite crypto we've talked about so far. Even though some of them look like they want to move up a lot more in a shorter amount of time. Blue Zell's doing its thing, man. We're at 33 cents. Yes, we are. Top to bottom, hit the 1886. You know, you found support on your 1618. You did. You went all the way up to 35.6 cents this week. You have a lower low in your RSI from this low here to that low there. Higher low in price while bouncing off your 1618, a previous area of resistance. It's not a bad look. We might see Blue Zell move all the way up to 62 cents, guys. Trust me, that hurts me too, man. I wanted to see this move back below 20 cents. I really did. I wanted to add more to it. And I still do. I plan on doing that, but I just, at 33 cents, I can't do it. It's not in me. I'll look elsewhere. If it takes off without me, unfortunately, the bag that I do have of Blue Zell won't get added to. It'll still do well. I'm okay with that, you know, but it's not in me to add to it, man. Volume is definitely decreasing. Let's go to Binance. Yeah, volume's decreasing. I don't know. I'm still under the impression, still a lower high. I am still under the impression, even with this extension build looking good, I am under the impression that we will at least see prices below 17 cents. I do. I think that genuinely. But we'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. It's hard to say. Sure, things look good this week, but I'm not convinced. I'm not impressed. Personally. All we're doing is finding resistance at a previous area we found support on, which isn't a good thing technically. So we haven't even hit a minimum casual, normal, expected retracement. We haven't done that. So, yeah. Maybe if you want to take this more relative low to this high, still haven't hit the 382. Hit the 236, sure. Might be rejecting the 069, but I don't know, man. I don't like it. It could change my mind, but really what you'd have to do is close a little bit above where you are now. If you get a day to close above like 33.2 cents, we can talk. But even then, I don't know, man. I'm still not totally convinced. Blue Zell is one of those coins, though, that has proven me wrong time and time and time again. Man, it really has. But I think it'll do well, nonetheless. I think Blue Zell is going to do very, very phenomenal during this cycle. I have price projections all the way up to $100, you guys. $100, it's worth 33 cents right now. I mean, it genuinely could go there. The market cap checks out. If it doesn't go to $100, I would at least throw a 100x on the table, which is still a $33 price, right? That's somewhere in these deeper extensions. So, and with coins like this, you can see that 2272 to 2618 area, no problem. You absolutely can. Bitcoin does that. Bitcoin sees its cycle high to cycle low 2272s. Last cycle was the only time it didn't, and it still hit its 1618, which that would still be from here over a 10x. I don't think this thing's stopping at a 10x, man. I think it's got higher. And if it's not stopping at the 1618, deeper extensions. Deeper extensions. That's all I got to say. I think this thing is going to do well. It's not my biggest hold. I actually, if it goes down below 20 cents, I am planning to add a significant bit more to it, and in which case it'd be one of my bigger holds, but still not my biggest hold. But I like this thing a lot. And the reason is that it's not my biggest hold is if it goes up to the prices I think it's going to go to, the amount of money I have in it right now is fine. It'll do better than my biggest hold, if it does that. So why play the game with that kind of stuff? But we'll see. I do expect great things out of this. But for the time being, I am personally, this is one of the few coins out of this whole list I said I'm excited about. I actually think it will go below 20 cents still. I do think this one's on a trajectory down. We've kind of got this beautiful, explosive, tenacious move up, and you're kind of like rolling over. You might see a flash crash down, have your buy orders ready, and then boom, then it's off to the races, guys. I really do think this thing's going to perform very well this year. It's going to do phenomenal, and into next year, of course. It's not going to go to $100 this year, but tens of dollars potentially by the end of this year, man. It's worth 33 cents now. Phenomenal. Blue Zell. Storage. Let's talk about Storj. Storj. Definitely gone over 40 minutes on this thing, or will go if I'm not there already. Top to bottom, not all-time high. That is all-time high. Yeah, it's a cycle low. Hit the 618. You tipped it perfectly. Went a little bit below your 382. I'd call this finding support on your 382 area. Yeah, it looks fine. You're finding support on the 50. That's nice. You probably do make another stride up to that $1.20 to $1.25 area. Probably. Will you break it? That's a good question. I would think so, but you don't have to. I would think so, though. And what you could do if you do break it is you could do one of two things. You could move up to the 6.9, come back, find support, and then go higher. You could just break up straight through to the 7.86, come back to the white zone here, and then find support, and then go higher. You could do one of those two things. Maybe you just break straight through and you go all the way up here. You consolidate for a bit, and then you move up higher. But most of the time, what I would expect on a second pass, right? This was your first pass to the 618. This is going to be your second pass. I would expect that you break it. I would expect generally that you would go to somewhere in this zone, whether it's literally right at this line, or somewhere in between. You go to this zone, and then you pull back to this zone. That's kind of how it works normally. So I guess at this point I'm looking for this thing to go to $2 to $2.80. Here it is at 67 cents right now. Over the months, probably. With big plays laid in the middle of it, but it won't happen like in a week. It could, but I doubt it. I like the daily RSI. I've got no problem with. Daily price action looks fine. Holding support on that 382 is nice. The weekly looks strong. Yeah, I think that's what it wants to do. I think it's getting ready to move up, personally. It's my genuine expectation. Let's look at the relative fib. Low to high here. Significance on your 0.5. Above your 382. Looking like you close above 80 cents, man. It's on. You close above 80 cents. Technically, it's like, what is it, 79.6 cents, but 80 cents will do. It's on to $1.58 to $2.20, man. Yeah, if not higher. This thing looks good. And Storj is just like Blue Zell, man. It's very similar dynamic between the two. So if Blue Zell does well, I'm sure these two will run in comparison with each other. The only difference being, of course, that from the relative high to low, this thing has had a decent retracement. Could it go lower? Could it go to 618 or 6.9? Sure. But I don't know. And again, just because Blue Zell moves down doesn't mean this thing's going to skyrocket. Like, I do think they'll move in unison. So if Blue Zell's moving down, maybe this thing is moving up, but it's just not ready to break out yet, right? You might see that breakout when Blue Zell's ready to break out. Maybe I'm just wrong about Blue Zell, and Blue Zell breaks out with this thing, and they both break out like in the next month or two. But nonetheless, I have great things in hopes. I don't know, man, what I'm trying to say. This has been a long video. I have great hopes and aspirations for storage. I think it's going to go up a lot. Super USD. Super Farm. Big move up, consolidated, moving up more. I mean, you look like you want to go up higher, man. It's decent volume on a breakout. Yeah, I like it on a weekly basis. Weekly RSI looks good. Where are you going to go? At least to $1.67, if not to $2.50. Here you are at $1.08 right now. That's decent gains. Let's talk about it on crypto maybe. Oh, okay. Might have a different idea here. Let me see. Okay. So you already hit your 786. Okay, things might have changed. Maybe $1.50. $1.50. Yeah, I would say $1.50. Let me see something else real quick. Look at that, beautiful, man. Like a triple bottom on the one. Triple bottoms are very rare. I would think this is a triple bottom. Call it what you will, but to me, 1, 2, 3, triple bottom. 1618. It's not rare to see 3 lows. It's just rare to see it and it be successful. Generally, you get 1, 2, 3, you go up, and then it's 4, and then you break it. It's definitely a successful triple bottom. 1618 hit a support. You're above the 618 again. Dude, you look good. You look good. Like you probably want to see these extensions at $5.65 to $18. What is this thing, market cap wise? Come on, what just happened there? Superverse, is it Super Farms? Is it the same thing? I don't think that's right. Looks like that. That's it right there. Oh, I don't know. What the heck, man? Oh, I'm gonna go to Coin Market Cap. I don't know. That's upsetting. Hard to say, man. I really don't know how possible these are without getting some kind of reference to the market cap. It's not really of use to me. Maybe I'm ignorant. I don't know. It's on Binance. How do we not have a market cap? It's on Coinbase. How do we not have a market cap? Like, what the hell, man? Does it show here? 529 million is what it says. Let's look it up on Binance, see if it says the same thing. 529 million. Okay, there we go. We cheat the system a little bit there. Used to on crypto, on TradingView, you couldn't see the market cap. So I'm so used to pulling it up on CoinGecko or Coin Market Cap. But if TradingView says it, I trust it, man. So 529 million. So that's a decent market cap, man. Still a smaller cap, but that's a decent market cap. Talking about 2 billion, 2.5 billion, 2.5 billion there, a little bit over that. Talking about like 8 billion almost. Yeah, it's possible. I think that's achievable, yeah. So I stand by it. I do think you're on your way to these prices between about 566 to 1866, 1867. Somewhere in there. Will it be a straight shot? It could be. It could be. You did a straight shot up to this, right? Maybe if this is like a bull flag, you will see a similar move. That would take you all the way up to your 1272. It's perfect, man. It's very perfect. So that 1272 might be a solid bit of resistance. Then you pull back. You could go higher. It's a measured move. You can exceed it. You can fail to meet it. But right now, the weekly RSI looks good. The daily RSI looks really good. You could find resistance right here, your 886, like I was saying, around $1.50, $1.45. and then pull back to maybe the 786 and then build. It's very common on these things. I mean, look at this, right? You like ping-ponged off of your white zone here, the 61869 area, ping-ponging. You might do that here even and then move up. You might just do it once and then move up. You might not do it at all, you know, but I think that you probably do find resistance at the $1.45 to $1.50 area before moving up to around like 560, man. And you probably find resistance there. That's my genuine opinion. So that's super. Looks good. Good job. Good job for Superman. Grok. We're almost done, guys. We got Grok. We've got Kata, AGI, and Bonk left. Grok. Grok also looks like it's kind of in a bearish bat pattern. Oh man. Whew. You okay back there? Let's see. I would think you'd at least want to hit that 1272, man. 0.00229. I would think you would at least want to hit that, but you don't have to. Can be wrong. Daily RSI ain't giving me much. It's very neutral. 4-hour RSI, yeah, it's very neutral. Not giving me much either. I'm not impressed by the volume. I think you want to go lower. I think you do. 0.00222, somewhere around there. 0.0023, somewhere around there. If not lower. You could go all the way to 0011. It is possible. I don't know if I would look for that. With how slow and steady it's been, you might find support at that 1272. But let's just see. That 1618 is absolutely possible. Anywhere from 2011 to 2022. I should say 2023, somewhere in that area, is possible. Down. I think it's going down. That's Grok. Let's talk about Kata. Katana. Okay. Interesting. It's been around for a little bit. Katana Inu, huh? Another one of those. Is it what? Is it like a Doge, a Shiba Inu Samurai? I hate this pattern, man. It could be right. I said I hate it. I don't hate it. I don't like it. I think this. I might actually hate this pattern. It's a cup and it's a handle. Maybe it breaks out, but man, in my experience, I've seen cup and handle patterns fail way more often than they come to fruition. And I think Thomas Volkowski on his site. Let's look at them. I'm pretty sure he actually says that on the pattern site here. This is Thomas Volkowski's website. It's like a glossary and index for all kinds of different patterns and stuff. You can use it. It's free. You just type it thepatternSite.com, just like that there. Go nuts. Learn all you want. You can learn the basics on candlesticks, chart patterns. I'm pretty sure he says that cup and handles are good. That they're actually good. You can look up 3 peaks and a spike, whatever that means. There's scallops on here. I don't even know what the hell a scallops is. But cup and handle. Let's see. Cup with handle. Yeah. I think he says that they're good performing. In my experience, they're not. But let's see. I'm missing something. Overall performance rank, 1 is the best. 3 out of 39. So he says it performs well. And I'm not going to go over how to measure it, but you can see he like goes over the example, in-depth like analysis on it. Inner cup, like he literally, he's the man, dude. He outlines this stuff for you. It's the best free tool in my opinion to have in your arsenal besides TradingView. Like TradingView is probably the best, but it's a nice reference to have, right? If you want to have someone else's opinion who's literally documented like over 40 years worth of trading experience. He's got it documented here. He updates this all the time, man. All the time. His last update, let's see, was in December. Oh no, it was here. It was in February. It was on the 13th. It was today. He last updated it today. He's the man. Yeah. So, anyways, if this is a cup and handle, technically, and I hate them because in my opinion, I don't think they come to fruition as much. Maybe in stocks they do, but in crypto, they're fake patterns, man. But you're at 0012. You could go up to 0063 if this pattern's right. And that's the conservative target. I actually think you would measure it from the point of break, which would be here, and it does look like you're breaking out technically. You'd be going all the way up to 0086 essentially. So maybe. The weekly doesn't look bad. The daily doesn't look bad. I do think you want to move higher. Cup and handle be damned. I would at least think you'd want to move to 0023 to 003 area, which is solid gains from here. And then if we were to take this high to this low, yeah, 00488 and 0026, it all makes sense, man. And really with that, you'd break out to new all-time highs, so you probably would continue to grow. You could see a deep extension. It is possible. And if you hit the measure move, you would at least see that. So who knows, man? Who knows? I don't know, but I think it does look good. Pattern be damned. It does look like a cup and handle. I hate cup and handles, man. I really do. And I do not hate anything. That is a special, it's a very special thing. Let's see here. Why does it keep doing that? Something's like wrong with my keyboard. AGI USD. Let's see. Bybit. Should we do it on Bybit? Is it better to do it on this AGI? AGI token. Oh my goodness, man. Put it in log on the weekly. Oh my goodness. It's like an inverse head and shoulders if the head was humongous. Volume pattern's all wrong, but it does kind of look like an inverse head and shoulders, but the head's so deep. I think you want to go higher. I do. Yeah, look at that. You're finding support on your 618 after breaking above it. You're likely going to go to 8.5, like 8.5 cents to 10, a little bit over 10.5 cents. 8.5 to 10.5. That's where you're going, probably. And then we'll check back in there. You know, just like this, right? You had your move up here, then you consolidated, and then you had your move up here, and now you're consolidating. You're going to have your move up probably here, and then you'll consolidate. You know, let's just see how this thing's done actually. You know, I don't know. Top to bottom here, right up to your 1618 area, a little bit right around your 1618, 1786. So yeah, very much so. I do think you're going to see 10 to 12 cents somewhere in there. Probably closer to 12 cents. Well, maybe closer to 11 cents. And that's all I got for AGI. Let's finish this bad boy up with Bonk. Bonk, man. Everybody loves Bonk. I'm not so crazy on it, but you know that's okay. You know that's how meme coins are. You either are or you aren't. I love Dogecoin, the OG meme coin. I really do. I think there are plenty of meme coins that'll do well, man. Shout out to Jesus Coin. I think Jesus Coin will do well too, but I can be wrong, man. Maybe Bonk is the next messiah for meme coins. I don't know. Are these all sells? Have there just been sells recently over the last few minutes? Let's see. Rejected your overbought zone. Bonk, yeah, this is another one that I think is going to continue to move lower. To be fair, you are in some kind of bullish flag pattern, technically. But with charts like this, generally you would at least see a pullback to the 382, which is also coincidentally at 382 right here, 50s382. I want to look at it maybe on Binance. Yeah, there's not a lot of data. Isn't it on Coinbase? Oh yeah, it's USDT. I think it is, yeah. Not a lot of data to go off of. It could move up But flat base, descending highs, that's not a friendly look in my opinion. Yes, this high is higher than this high, still descending highs. I think you have lower to go. I do. I don't like that rejection off the overbought zone. I do like that you didn't even get oversold, to be fair. I would love to be wrong about this because I know homeboy Sabir holds a solid bag of this. Chad Shee, maybe you do too. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see here. The 4 hour doesn't look too bad. Hold on. All right, never mind. Sorry. Let's see here. 618 to the 382 found support there. You might move up a little bit higher. I don't know, man. The fact that you found support on your 382 and you went above your 0.5 like this and you're back below it, it's hard to say. I'll tell you what, bonk, you bonkers out there. If you can close above this 618 on a 4 hour, it's not even a daily, it's a small time frame, a 4 hour. At 4 zeros, what is that? 4 zeros, 136. If you can close above that on a 4 hour basis, not at it, I want you to close above it. I might be starting to be convinced that you could move higher. Because at that rate, you might be breaking this trend. You could make your way back up to this high. Things could look different, man. These lower prices might go out the window. There is hope. I'm not convinced, though. Convince me. Do it. Convince me. Because as of right now, I very much believe you'll see this 382 at 5 zeros, 382 area. Last kind of area of consolidation before you moved up here, right? Besides this area of consolidation. That rejection off the overbought zone does do it for me, but the one thing beyond the 4 hour, the very short and small, insignificant time frame, it's not too insignificant, it is helpful, but compared to the daily, it's insignificant. The one thing that's convincing me also is this: you didn't even hit the oversold zone, but you did reject the overbought zone. You know, that I guess that technically is a more bullish look, but rejecting the overbought zone is never a bullish look, so I don't know. I would expect something like this, man, with a giant move like that. I would expect that you do pull back. I want to see what's it done. It's been released on Coinbase at its opening price. Let's say its opening price. It's pulled back 53%. That's solid, but normally with Coinbase, I've gone through this and done this before. It's been a while, but I went through a bunch of coins and I measured what the average drop was that we saw within the first 2 months of being listed on Coinbase, and the average coin drops at least 61% on Coinbase, and that still doesn't even take you to the low I'm thinking of. That'd be like another, it's like, yeah, an 81% drop from here. That'd be like 70% drop. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't, but at the moment I'm not convinced. I gave you the bullish hope, the target that I was looking for. I forget what number I said, but I meant it, whatever target it was. At the moment, I still look at this as a lower high, flat base scenario. I think you're going to go lower, and with that, I leave you. Where are you going to go? 382, 5 zeros, 382. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to see more. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate you. That was the most altcoin reviews I've ever done. Oh, okay, so, yeah. Yep, take it easy on me, okay? I got sleep to get, man, and I still got more videos to make after this, so. But I appreciate all of you guys. You know, again, for now, there's no restrictions. We keep up with this, though, man. I might have to make restrictions, but it's a little bit on me. I didn't go through all the comments until later in the day. I probably would have been done with this video sooner if I was more on top of it. So until I'm more on top of it and it's getting out of hand, I'm gonna not put restrictions on. But if I'm on top of it and it's still getting out of hand, then we'll get there. And it's inevitable, man. I've got about 4,000 subscribers, just under 4,000 subscribers right now. What happens when I have 6,000, when I have 8,000, when I have 10,000, when I have more than that. Like I can't do everybody's requests all the time. Yes, there will be people who request multiple coins, but I can't do everybody's requests all the time. There are thousands, tens of thousands of cryptos out there, man. So can't do that every single night. And I know we all have our coins that we want to see. We all have coins that we're not invested in, that we're curious about, that we want to see, you know, but I can't do that every night. So we'll have to work something out. There will be restrictions at some point, but again, it'll probably start off like 2 coins max that you can request. Then it'll move down to 1 coin max. Then it'll be something like maybe it'll be only people on Discord can do requests, and still 1 coin max. Maybe it'll be, you know, if we've talked about it within the last week, have to wait at least a week, unless something like critical has happened to the price, you know. But other than that, I don't know, you know, just spitballing ideas. I don't know how it's going to look, but for now, no restrictions. Just be prepared for it when it happens. I don't want anybody to be upset. I know this channel has mainly been all about requests and, you know, just technical analysis on things that I like as well, but that will change at some point, because it has to. I can't keep up with it every single day at a growing rate like that, you know. So without making this video any longer than it needs to be, if you like that video, hit that like button, subscribe to see more. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate you very much. Thank you all, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.